All right. So Farouk, if you can hear me, buddy, if you see, I can show you on social media. I'll give you a shout out when I get on YouTube's online. Here we go. So guys, I want to give Farouk in the trade room a shout out for you guys on social media. You can see me. I'm gonna show you because I was always having these wrist issues for what you call, because I'm always at the computer, guys. You get it, right? So you're at the computer all day long and you get your wrist start to hurt or whatever. So I've tried the copper bracelets, the copper gloves, the copper this, the copper that. Just bought some Tommy copper. I just bought everything copper. And it kind of helps and stuff. But Farouk said, hey, you should try these. I don't know. They're like plastic. I don't know what you want to call these. I'll show you guys. I'll go to Amazon. I'll see if these are what they are. They're like these hard plastic MCL bracelets. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm going to show you these. And I've been using them, and they are very good. And Farouk, can you post a link to those things again? Because I bought the stupid things, and now, of course, it's not going to... Bracelet, what do you call it? Wrist, frickin' A. I'm trying to help you guys out, and then it's just still not working out. It's these it's just a stupid, what do you call these stupid things? Copper. It's not copper, though. It's not a copper bracelet. These things are really great. Here, I'm going to go to my Amazon real quick. I'm going to show it to you guys. It'll just be easier if I show you guys. These things are really good. So if you guys have wrist issues or carpal tunnel. How do you spell carpal? CARPEL? Tunnel? Is that how you spell it? There it is, right here. M brace. I did an MCL brace. Guys, if you guys want, these things are great. So if you look, I got them on both of my wrists right now. I have funny jokes I can say, but probably not going to be politically correct, so I don't want to get in trouble nowadays. So if you guys can see, I got them on both of my wrists, and they're like these plastic contraptions, and it's connecting really well. Speaking of not connecting well, I don't know why it's not connecting on Facebook for social media today. Son of a gun, man. Super annoying. I don't know why. Let me see if I can reconnect with Facebook. Remove channel. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bother with it right now. Super annoying. So, yeah. Shout out to Farouk. These things are really, really good. Or wait, Sudi, was it you or Farouk? My bad. Am I giving the credit to the wrong person? Or Farouk, are you Sudi? Oh, Mike, you missed my videos? Thank you. The Amazon Embrace. Sudi, are you Farouk in the trade room so I know? Why am I seeing an infomercial? Because from doing the watches videos, I was telling you guys, and one of our members was giving me a shout out, and I don't know who it was. I don't know if it's Farouk or Sudi. One of you guys told me about these, and they're great. So they're helping my wrists, and I figured I'd tell you guys, for you guys that spend a lot of time on your computer, they are really helpful, and you should get these. And we have no affiliation with them. I'm promoting them for free. This is a really, really great product, and I feel like it's helping in the healing process for those of you guys that spend a lot of time on your computer. So I also, guys, I had an ex-member, or I don't know if they're still a member or an ex-member, that was a bit triggered back going on Friday or so. Somebody added me and was like, haha, and like they said they're following some other guru now, and was like, you arrogant bulls, and I called the top, and now, so basically just bragging that the market dropped. And like, guys, if you guys have been watching, I never tell you guys the market's going up forever. I said the market's going up. The QE, the threat of QE, election year, Trump in control of the Federal Reserve doesn't mean it's going to go up forever. Of course, there's going to be pullbacks along the way, right? So they figured that they got to brag that the market went down and that I look like an idiot. And meanwhile, I'm just like, well, duh, guys, if you guys do simple technical analysis, price is at the top of a rising wedge. So it hit up here and pulled back down to support levels at 300, right? So I was saying back, I was like, well, if 300 starts to break, it could be a problem, right? So it still could, but, as you guys can see, buyers came in here today, and now it's kind of holding. You can see kind of a falling wedge holding support, angular support. So again, guys, don't let the emotions get the best of you. And that person said they had a put, so they bought a put, and they said, I am not covering on my put, this monster put that they bought. I am not covering until $292. I said, well, don't get too greedy, and watch 300 level. And what did it do? It only went down to 296, bounced back up, ended at 307. So now what, guys, right? So this is where you got to be careful, and not go off of emotions. You have two gaps right now. You have a gap up, and you also have the gap below, right? So now which one is going to fill first, right? Is the gap below down here going to fill first, or the gap up going to fill, right? So that's where, guys, so I guess I have a triggering personality. I'm trying to be a little bit nicer. They didn't like that I was posting the Kiwi posts and did the stock market crash. So that was my whole perfect example, guys. I posted on social media, did the stock market crash yet, with a Mike Tyson laughing meme, and this person didn't like it. But just because I post that doesn't mean I believe the market's going up forever. It was a laughable meme because everybody says the stock market's going to crash, and it keeps going up. Like I've been telling you guys, through the threat of quantitative easing. If you guys have been watching or listening to Trump and other politicians and people, they've been saying there's going to be a V-shaped, quote-unquote, recovery. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean exact V or V-shaped? Like what I'm looking at right now, that's a V-shaped. That's not a V recovery, but that's a shape of a V. If you look right here, I mean, if you guys know anything about the alphabet, right, and you know about letters, so far it's kind of like a V, like it's an LV, right? I don't know if it's going to go up forever. I don't know if it'll go back to all-time highs. But if you pay attention to what's going on and not just emotions, candlesticks, patterns, trend lines, right? Price hit angular resistance, comes back down. There was some support here. It got shaky down right around here. Now you have kind of a falling wedge at support, angular support on the daily chart, right? I don't know what it's going to do, but sometimes people, again, guys, it's memes. Did the stock market, and then I did it Friday. I decided to post again. Did the stock market crash yet? Haha. And then I decided to take it down because I was trying to be nicer, guys. I'm trying to be a good Christian and not rub salt in the wounds. But a part of me was like, screw you. You want to call me out, right? So I figured I'd do it back. But then I got to do better. Dan's the nicer guy. I'm the one that's more of the wise guy. So I decided to take it down, be the nice guy. But bottom line, guys, today, did the stock market crash yet? No, it didn't, right? It's still going up. Like it or not, quantitative easing or the threat of it, and I think Dan said something today. He heard the Fed said something about buying bonds or something. I'm not a whole expert on that stuff, but whenever it sounds like they're going to do what it takes to keep the market up, will they? I don't know. As a threat? I don't know. But bottom line, it's holding support. That's a V-shaped, as so far, recovery. It could trade sideways this summer. It could go up. It could fall back down, right? But the stock market didn't crash yet after. Oh, boy. So who knows if I triggered somebody today. So, but yeah, the person made a very, and if you're still listening, you're still a member. I mean, you want to come at me and say, oh, you're listening to this one person's videos that call the top and I'm an idiot. All I did was post a meme. You didn't like my meme, Sorry you don't like my meme because the stock market didn't crash. But if you didn't cover at $292, like you said you were going to wait to do, you're looking kind of greedy. And that's kind of a falling wedge. And you better hope it doesn't gap up and then go up and fill this gap. And if you had a straight put, naked option, now you might have to start dealing with time decay and all that stuff. And maybe you're giving back lots of your profits. So don't be greedy. So if this person's still a member, they're probably just going to quit now at this point. But, oh well. So that was my triggering from last week. I turned over a new leaf. I'm going to do less of it. Or I'm going to try to. But when I'm doing my YouTube videos, I can't promise. Because I'm live. I can't censor myself live. So, as you guys can see. Alright, so let's build the watch list for tomorrow. We have a bullish day, so typically you'll see I didn't do one for going into today because it was looking kind of messy going into today. So now that we have a bullish day, I'm sure there'll be some potential better setups. Namakita, are you on today? Are you listening with Viraj? I still want to know, Sudi, it wasn't you that told me about these bracelet, or this MC whatever bracelet. I got to know who it was. I got to think, was it Farouk or you? Namakita, what's up? Is my buddy Viraj on today? Might be an inverse head and shoulders-ish. Might put this one on. ADMA. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. I'm doing well, Namakita. Oh, yes, Sudi, it was you. Aha. Am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Sudi? Maybe. Will I put this one on? ADMA? Maybe. Maybe might put this on. You gave me the URL. That's correct. All right, Sweetie. Well, thank you. And now that I've clarified, you're not the same as Farouk. These are really great. I'm really appreciating it. I think I like them. Hello, guys. New to this chat. Good vibes. Thanks, Lex. Appreciate it. See? That's the whole... Lex likes my vibes. Somebody else didn't like my vibes. Again, they said they were... I don't know if they were an X... I know this was a pretty big name in the trade room. I don't know if they're sticking around anymore. And supposedly they were not doing too well with the stock market. They were losing a lot of money. And so here's a perfect example, guys, right? So this person calls me out, and I don't know if they were mad at me or if they were being silly or whatever, but they made a point. So they said, I'm following somebody else. Which one? Shoot, I just saw one that I was looking at. Give me 1 second. Not that one. IMGN. That's what I think I like. So that they were following another guru. And then they said... I took what you taught us. So what we taught them on support resistance. So it was like they threw a jab at me. Like, I'm an idiot. But then I took what you taught me regarding support and resistance and you bought a put. So it's like, are you insulting me or are you also thanking me? So you're saying you're watching another guru but took what we taught you to buy this monster put. But then, you know what they said? I'm not going to cover this monster put until price action goes down to $292. So then I'm saying, well, now that's confusing because now that's kind of greedy and there's support at 300. Now you're getting too greedy that it's going to go down another $8. So now, did you just throw what we also taught you out of the window by not getting too greedy, right? So my brain tries to process all that stuff, and it's very... I can't process it. But they were just very, 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 very quick to point out how they made money. And so then I was like, okay, well, congratulations, you made a successful trade. I mean... very good for you. All I did is I put a meme out there. So my whole point being is Lex likes the good vibes on my channel. And then other people, sometimes they don't like it. But if you can't have fun nowadays, guys, right? You can't have fun. You can't joke around. I can't post right? Somebody's always going to get upset and trigger about something, right? That's our world we live in now. Nobody can take a joke anymore. So... But I do have kind of a polarizing attitude, and I have to get better at that, right? If I try to be a Christian, I shouldn't bust people's chops all the time because that's not healthy, right? You have to be nice, treat people with nice and respect. So I'm trying to get better. We're putting some actions into place. I had a nice conversation with Dan, and he was nice. I got a little hand slap, so I got to make sure I'm going to shape up a little bit more because I don't want to get fired from the Bullish Bears. What is this? DRRX. Let's see. I don't know if I like that one. Viraj just stepped out. He's celebrating 2 awards he received today from school. I love it. The kid is getting awards from school. He's learning the stock market. He's out playing around with his friends outside, which I love to hear. Is he still studying at all, Namakita? Is he still studying the markets? I haven't heard you say he's been studying the stock market lately, so I appreciate it. Or not appreciate. I need him to keep studying. Lex says, "You're awesome, brother. Watch your videos." Thank you. Whoa, Maddie. Okay. So Maddie says, "Speaking of good vibes, how about TOS this morning?" So guys, very good point. I noticed that myself this morning right off the bat. And I decided not to post on Twitter. I gave up some of the control because normally my first instinct when I saw that was to go blast TD Ameritrade. But then I was like, maybe not. I was on the phone with Dan as that. Speaking of which, yeah, what did Dan post for a meme today? I was on the phone with Dan when that happened. And then I'm like, Dan, I want to post something. He's like, no. And I said, well, Dan, can you post something about TD Ameritrade? So we'll see what. There we go. So Dan did kind of something more funny right here. I entered my market order 10 minutes ago. Has it filled yet? What year is it? I told him, see, Dan, I love him dearly, but I wanted him to @ TD Ameritrade. But you see this right there? That's a perfect meme. There's no @ TD Ameritrade. There's nothing on there with TD Ameritrade or Thinkorswim. Me personally, I love the meme. I would have gone straight at TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. We would have probably gotten a ton more followers from it. But Dan he's nicer than I am, so. So you said, Namakita, Viraj has not been studying the stock market recently, but soon he will start as his summer vacations are starting tomorrow. Awesome. Love it. TD a lag. What is TD a lag? I just put TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. That's all you got to do, Dan. Adam. But he doesn't want to, I mean, he's the nice one. Right? So, Dan's a good guy. All right, GFI, Goldfields might have kind of a falling wedge-ish pattern, kind of like out. Let's take a look at the hourly. Potentially. Maybe I'll put GFI. Yeah, I know, that was the meme, but he didn't really, I wanted him to have like TD Ameritrade in the meme, right? To hit him. You know, because TD Ameritrade wouldn't have seen that. But I did, though. I did. So if you guys, I mean, if you want to know like the contrast of Dan and myself, Dan posted that really nice meme, and this is the one I posted. So I did, guys, make sure. I've been recording some videos for you guys recently over here. You'll see I've been recording some scalp trades I've been making just to show you guys basically kind of how you can day trade and stuff like that. So you'll see these ones that say scalp right here and what I'm scalping. Make sure you watch these. They're part of like a live trades channel that I'm doing for you guys. So you'll see these ones that show scalp. I'm showing actual real live trades and stuff. But you'll see this was one that I did. And so you'll see the title I put on it, right?
I'm about to show you the quickest and easiest way that anybody can make a steady income in the stock market. But first, If you like being glued to your monitors, staring at charts all day long, working way too hard, then this is not for you.
Oh, that was quite a nice man bun. He has, I gotta admit, I don't know who that is. Way better hair and beard than I have. Great man bun, great beard, and he's rocking the Hawaiian shirt. He's got a golf cart too. So he must be loaded. He must be rich. Speaking of which, so that was me. I put gold, 34 cent, loss, TD Ameritrade order entry sucks. That was the title I went with. So if you want to know, that's what I post. And then Dan posts, kind of a meme, funny, not kind of jarring or hurtful. But I'm sorry, TD Ameritrade's a multi-billion-dollar company. Ever since Schwab took over, they suck. I don't want to switch platforms. For my trading style, what am I going to... I mean, I'm trading like kind of scalping larger cap stocks. I'm not buying a huge amount of shares. I love TD's platform, and I don't want to switch. I'm a creature of habit. I don't want to. I just want, if I'm buying I'm buying large name. I'm not even buying the low float stocks. I mean, American Air, that was gold. I bought GOLD. You can't even fill a freaking market order on gold within the 15 minutes of open. Idiots. Oh, they did respond to one of our posts today? Oh, really? Was it that one? I'll have to see. Was it this one? Or they did the other day. Oh, did they do it here? Oh, did they see my video? No. I don't know which one. Which one did they respond to? I mean, somebody did call me from TD Ameritrade the other day. I don't know if they got my account information and call, but I mean, just stop it. Like, you're not, you know what I mean? Don't play stupid. Every time I shouldn't have to at them on Twitter, and then they give me some like half-ass response of like, you know, like, we're sorry for your something. Please call our customer. I don't need to call your customer service. You already know the problem. You've already said it a bunch of times. You can't fill orders that open for whatever reason. If you can't fill freaking orders that open with a multi-million-dollar platform, there's a problem. I just don't want to go switching around, guys. I just don't want to do it. I might have to, but I got my IRA. I'm trading my IRA. I don't want to deal with it. They might force me to, but I figured if I give a little bit of heat on these people, maybe they would shape up. But man, I don't know how many times you got to at these people to get their act together. They are not doing it properly. And we have all these brokers banging down our door. Now probably one of us will probably switch. I'm just the wrong one to switch, guys. I'm a creature of habit. So BGCP, maybe I'll put that one. BGCP. Oh, see, I was looking on, I didn't see all the comments in the trade room. Sorry, trade room peeps. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Don't wait too long. BF had carpal tunnel healed from doing grip exercises. Ah. Carlos says, this happens to be in Facebook group a lot. People need to delineate between a joke meme post and an actual analysis post. I know, people can't. Where is the live feed chat for Lucian's aftermarket stream? Well, I'm live on social media right now and also in the trade room. I wasn't looking at your comment. I didn't see I had to scroll down. Last time TD cost you, they gave you a partial refund. Had to wait 5 hours on the phone. It's whatever. Now I'm at the point of like, now I'm not even going to trade for 15 minutes at open until they can get their act together. And you'll see that video is actually a really great learning lesson, guys. I showed you the whole Helix. Do I want to put on Helix? Maybe I'll put on Helix. That might be good. HLX. I want to find a smaller cap one. I'll show you guys that one in a second. Let me see if I can find a sub $1. It's up to 550. I might, maybe I'll take GFI off. Yeah, so what I did, just to show you guys on that one, you guys should watch the video. But make sure you watch these videos. So I'm making these videos. Nice man bun again. Really, I wish I had hair like that, but I don't. That's why, like I told you guys, if you start losing your hair, just shave it, guys. Just get rid of it. Anyways, watch these videos I'm making because I'm showing you real live trades, entries and exits. So
And if you like quick, low-risk trades with a click of a button, so you can spend more time doing what you love and come back after a nice day out on the golf course to collect your earnings, then you should click on this ad right now.
all right.
This might be the most reliable way for ordinary
He might be in
traders to
Florida,
cash
that guy. He seems like a nice guy. Hey friends, Lucian here with All
the
right.
Bullish Bears team. I want to show you a trade I got in here, and I'm up 69, and there's a base of a daily gap right up here.
All right, so you'll see what happened. Let me
Tried to
blow
get
this
out,
up.
Orders won't fill, so now I'm kind of stuck in here watching.
All right, so you'll see it open. It went up, pull back, and I got in the break of this candle right here. And this right up here, you'll see if you watch the video, that 25.90 was a gap. I don't know if it was a daily or an hourly gap. There was a gap right up here. So I was looking to see on this break here if it would go up and into that gap. And you'll see as price started to, this candle, this is a 1 minute candle, as it reversed and came down, I was getting out, or I was trying to get out right around here. So I'm like, okay, this thing's, about to fail, right? So I was taking a very tiny loss or broke even. And I couldn't get out of the trade. It wouldn't allow me to. And then you'll see as I go along, where did I eventually get out? I couldn't get out. It got me stuck above that 25.50 area. Where did it go out? We have a new 5 minute candle. It should show it. That's the other thing too. Lately too, when I'm trying to show you guys the trades, it takes several minutes for TD Ameritrade to show, to do the show trades button. Oh, there it is. I see it. All right. So then I got out. So I got stuck in it this whole time. I couldn't get out of the freaking order. So it broke out, came back down. I would have gotten a broken even at least, or maybe a little bit of a loss. So got in at 25.70. I was out at like 25.35. So I just took an unneeded, ridiculous loss. And guys, look, that's only 1,000 shares of a major company. It ain't a low float stock, right? And I'm not buying 10 or 20,000 shares. It was 1,000 shares. I couldn't get out of gold. You know what I mean? Just so stupid. So that's TD Ameritrade for you. So, but make sure you watch these videos. I'm showing the good and the bad. That was a bad. That was not fun. All right. What else are you guys saying here? I haven't done any of those. I'm not sure if Creed, Frank, or W will. I'm not sure if Creed or Signet has. Frank. Yeah, it's been happening several days. Well, I don't know what late. Yeah, it's just. But this is not only just this week. This has been going on for months with freaking TD Ameritrade. It's ridiculous. It wasn't just this past week. Ben, you said you've lost tens of thousands of dollars because of the morning orders problem. It's ridiculous. And it seems to happen on these days when it starts to sell off at open. It seems awfully coincidental. You can't get out of orders then. It always seems to be that way on the days where the market's falling. So we're going to do possibly... This one has kind of a falling wedge-ish pattern. 49. Falling wedge pattern. Watch if price can move up with resistance between $4.80 to $5. So right up, between this 481 right up to right in this area right here. That's IMGN. Let's see. I don't know if I like the hourly on that one. Let's see if this one can fill. Where's this one? 480. I don't know if I'm going to put ALSMI. I might swap that out with GFI. I didn't like that chart. Piercing pattern. So here's a piercing pattern with an overall falling wedge. It's gold stock. So falling wedge with daily piercing pattern. Watch if price can move up with resistance around $8. Maddie B83 says golf cart equals legit wealth. I mean, apparently, right? I mean, down in Florida, I'm still looking, guys. I'm still looking for that excuse to move to Florida. I'm actually thinking potentially 450. I'm actually considering moving down to Florida for the winter, like renting a place for the winter, taking a step to see. Because a part of me still wants to live in warmer weather. So I'm thinking I might actually, if it's not this winter, maybe the following winter, I might rent a place for a few months. Do like a partial move to see before I would go first. Still looking for that excuse to move. I'm getting tired, guys. I'm almost 40. What am I? Almost 42 years old. I need to start enjoying life in the summer, right? Go kayaking, do those types of things. So I'm thinking of moving to Florida part-time. 478 up to 486. 478 to 486. Possible reversal. Watch for potential move up with daily gap between 478 to 486. Go. You put a market order on TOS, it didn't fill, so I canceled. Then like 10 minutes later, it fills your order at a horrible price. Does anyone know a better broker? This can't. Yep, that's been happening with TOS. It's on. I mean, there's a lot of other good brokers. I mean, there's TradeStation, there's Interactive Brokers. I just like TD because I love their charts, and I'm just a creature of habit. And I just don't want to move right now. Maybe in a few months I will. They're probably going to drive me to do it. And with my trading style, I let 5-minute charts play out for a bit, so I have the time to let that, to wait. So, but, TradeStation, Speed Trader, Light Speed, it all depends what you're looking to do, Now you're just not rubbing salt in my wounds with TD. I just can't understand why they can't get. Would the entry on APHA... let me go back over that one. Yeah, so basically, well, I would like to see it get above the... I put it right here so it gives you an early trigger. I want to see it get above that 200 SMA, which is basically the 450 level. So I want to see it get above 450. So I kind of put it above the 448. That's where it closes at. Gives you a potential early entry. So I'd like to see it above 450. And then obviously that's a very important area for it to hold if it breaks above. Oh, it's kind of a falling wedge, flaggish pattern. Cup and handle-ish as well. $325 up to $340. Cup and handle on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance between 325 to 340-ish. Cape Coral, Florida is a great place to move to. That actually is an area to consider because I have family on the West Coast. So I'm actually really considering that whole area. Invest in a rental property in Florida. I would consider it. Live 6 months and rent 6 months. See, I think about that stuff, but guys, like, I'm super OCD and stuff. I don't want somebody living in my place. I'd rather pay more for something and not have somebody living in my place. I just don't want to live. If I had a place and it was just to rent, different story. I just don't want someone living where I also would live. I just don't like the idea of that. It's just weird. I just don't like it. Possible double bottom on the hourly. And kind of a flag. Possible flag and double bottom on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance at 490. Anybody know if Corona's over with yet? I think Corona's over, right? Is Corona over and done with yet? Oh, I thought I did this one. I did an alert for IMGN. I did an alert on this one. Why is that not showing? That's odd. Falling wedge. Watch for possible continuation with resistance between 480 to $5 right over there. All right, so that's the 5. There we go. Finally, it was there. I did it before. Those are the alerts for the day trade watch list. Now I'll do one. We'll do the swing trade watch list. Corona was over when they started. Uh-oh. All right, so someone says Corona was over when they started rioting. Some people are going to hear that and be like, right on. And other people will be like, not true. And then there's a fight, right? Guys, I try to think of things logically, right? I do have my biases myself, but I try to think logically, right? I'm just saying, right? I'm not saying good or bad. I'm not saying let's just for a second, if you talk about it, right? You still can't. I'm in Connecticut. I go to church. So I'm a Christian. I live in Connecticut, right? I can't go to church still. But in fairness, I'm not saying whether I agree with the protests or whether I disagree with the protests. I can go shut down Route 84 and Route 95 in Connecticut, which they did, I think it was last week or the week before, with hundreds, if not thousands of people. That's okay, right? I can't go to church, but I can go shut down highways and I'm fine, right? Not a problem. Okay. Now, also, did you guys see New York City had, I don't even know, in Brooklyn, there was a huge, I don't know if you call it a rally or a protest. There was a huge thing at the Brooklyn Center this weekend. I don't know. There was thousands of people there. I don't know how many thousands of people. That's okay, right? But you can't open a business. Now, again, don't get upset. I'm just saying the word. I'm saying the word Trump, right? Trump is having a rally I just saw in Oklahoma. And I just saw two headlines. There was headlines saying, they showed two pictures. I saw it was NBC. There was a picture of the Brooklyn protest that had, I don't know, 5,000 to 10,000 people. There was a lot. Or rally or protest. I don't know what it was. But then Trump is having a rally in Oklahoma and they were concerned about the coronavirus. Forget what you think politically, guys. My brain just looks and says, but wait a second. Who cares what you think about anything? If I have 10,000 people at a Trump rally or 10,000 people at a protest, Corona is not politically biased, right? So coronavirus has nothing to do with politics. It's this deadly virus, supposedly, that's killing all these people. I mean, I still don't know if anybody has gotten it. But anyways, that's regardless. Corona is not political. So if I want to go protest or burn down a city or go to a Trump rally, Corona's Corona, right? But now it's getting political. And that's why I said, I'm done with it, guys. I have not social distanced in about a month. I haven't been wearing my mask unless I'm forced to, and I feel great. I feel fantastic. I eat like crap, so I eat really terrible. My immune system's probably not great, and I'm healthy as an ox, right? We'll see for how long, but... But seriously, right? I mean, that's a legit question. I can't go to church, but I can go shut down highways and I can go protest with tens of thousands of people. Nobody says a peep about Corona. I know friends. I have elderly loved ones in Florida right now. Guess what they're doing? In their 55 and older community, you know what they're not doing? They're not social distancing and they're not wearing masks and they're going to bars and restaurants and nobody's getting Corona. I don't know how that happens. It's very weird. Angel, I am considering it. I am considering. Am I protesting? I might just go to church and say I'm here for the protests. I'm protesting the shutting down of church. I'm just protesting, guys. It's all good. I did Tyler. I did sales basically my entire life. And if you're looking to transition into trading full time, it takes a long time. Make sure you practice small, scale your way up, and make sure you're super confident trading first because there's a lot that goes into trading full time. A lot. And don't let people fool you guys. Like, I mean, I'll say it like this. We're both, I mean, we aren't the biggest trading company in the world. We have a decent sized trading company. It's also a lot easier to trade when you have a trading company as well, right? So don't let the gurus, don't fall for a lot of the guru, you know what I mean? So let's call it like it is. Like I said, we're not the biggest company out there by any means. But you'll see there's a lot of people out there that brag about making $5,000 and $10,000+ days. If they didn't have a trading company, would they still be having those big days, right? Because you got to remember something, guys. If you're a multi-million-dollar trading company, not so much of a big deal if you lose $1,000 or $5,000 here or there. But again, like I said, we're not the biggest company out there. But I know if we decided to do it, which we don't do, if I had just started to buy like some penny stocks in the trade room and say, hey guys, I'm buying this, I can tell you wink, 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 right? Like wink, wink, don't buy after me, but you're still going to buy because people want to get in the action, right? So we could easily pump penny stocks to people. And if I have a bigger brokerage account than you and I get in earlier than you, that's where the other thing too is most of these people that pump the trades, they're not showing their entry screen. They call it out after they get in, right? So you're following them into the trade. So if you make millions of dollars a year and you get an earlier entry and you have hundreds of people in your trade room that follow you into a trade afterwards, it's a win-win. Might start doing it, guys. Might start penny pumping to you guys. Start pumping the penny stocks. So that's why I was saying that with trading, don't get fooled like, if there's other people not doing, now if you watch people that are like, I'm a full-time trader, I have no trading company, they're not selling you anything else in XYZ, then you start to listen to those people. I'm not going to tell you guys, it's still, like I said, we have a decent sized business, but it's a lot easier. We have a business, you know what I mean? So it's easier when you have an income coming in and you're not solely relying upon it. It takes a lot of mental energy to put into that. So I put that out there, not saying you can't do it. It just, I don't want to make it seem like it's as easy as some of the people do. Well, some churches you can go to, some you can't. That's a whole other thing. No, Bridget, I'm not putting these orders. I'm just building. This is a watch list. So these are things we're looking for. I'm putting these alerts in to watch for their potential break tomorrow. And then if the patterns, form well, then you'd consider taking the trade. We do have real-time alerts that we do on our website for more options alerts. Hold on, I got to try to catch up, guys. I've been rambling a lot. A little bit overextended, but I might put I might put this one on 1650. It's a little bit overextended there, but I'm looking to see right. Kind of a big symmetrical triangle. What is that? $17 resistance. Symmetrical triangle on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance around $17. AUPH. You're welcome. I see. So Farouk was given the breakdown of Corona. Perfect example. I get what you're saying, Farouk, about taking precautions. Again, I ain't a doctor with Corona, but the CDC's website shows, if you go on the CDC website, again, everything they say is correct and true. The CDC's statistics show that the flu is deadlier than the coronavirus. It was like 0.001% of people die overall with corona, and it was higher for the flu. But we don't shut down the world for the flu. Again, I'm not, this is not a political thing. You don't shut down. If the statistics were way worse with corona, like 5 and 10% of people were dying, it's a different story. But again, if it's so deadly, then everybody should be condemning protests. They should condemn Trump rallies, and they should condemn protests because you're out killing people. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but that's what they say. It's so deadly. But their own website, CDC's website, shows statistically corona way less deadly than the flu. Not my statistics. I didn't make them up. I ain't Fauci. I didn't say that. All right, ADAP. This one has kind of a falling wedge-ish pattern. Right here, kind of a falling wedge. See if we can break out of that 1064 and that 50 SMA. Falling wedge pattern. Watch if price can get above 50 SMA on 1 hour with resistance around $11. ADAP. Wait, is it Nia or Naya? Did the WHO said protesting was fine? I mean, like I said, guys, you can't go to church, but protesting's cool. It's all good. No problem. FEYE. Oh, this one might be still moving up here above the 50 and the 200 SMA. So this one might be holding some support. On a rising wedge, rising channel. Let's see, 13. Rising channel on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance between $13 to $13.50-ish. FEYE. All right, let's see if we can get a couple large caps on there. So Lewis says, do you think an all cash position is a good idea for right now, as in Boeing got clobbered the last few days? I mean, it can't hurt, guys. The swings, like with right now, with things in the volatility, it's very hard to long-term trade right now. So you kind of got to either day trade it or short-term swing trades. And also look at these channels. Now, at this point right here, you want price to get above this 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is pushing down, kind of trading sideways at the 9 and the 20. You'd like to see price get above and hold and get that 9 to start pointing up. If that can start pointing it up again, then you can kind of ride it. But so we had, a decent move up for about a week or so. This was nice, right? But again, it hit resistance, so it's not a surprise now what pull back down. So ideally you want to see kind of price get above these areas here, get that 9 to push up again and see if we can ride it up again, So this stuff gets a little bit choppy and hairy. We had a nice good week run right here. So being all cash can't hurt, or day trade, or maybe you hold for a day or two depending on the pattern. Oh, dang it. I got rid of the watch list. Swing trade. Okay. Let me do this. There we go. Oh, Tesla. That wouldn't put that on a swing trade, but dang, that thing might break out. That's a falling wedge engulfing pattern. Ah, jeez. I don't know if I want to call that swing trade, but that's hard to ignore that. I don't know if I'm going to put Tesla on because that could rip your head off, but you can see kind of a bull flag, kind of an engulfing pattern. That might move up. It's a little too volatile. Square I might put on. I don't like the hourly, but bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance around $93. Right around right there. Could also be a head and shoulders, but so you want to see price get above 93. Boeing, let me look at BA. So let me put square. Boeing may be holding on there. Holding on. So Boeing may go up to fill that gap up at 196. That could be interesting. I might put Boeing back on. Yeah, Boeing might be holding on. Kind of a flat top on Boeing. You can see right there, there's a gap right between that 192 to 196. So I'm actually going to probably put Boeing back on. Watch if price continues up and fills gap around 196. Boeing. All right, so we got everything in or above. Excuse me. All right, so those are the two watch lists. EDSA. Let me take a look at EDSA. Oof. I'm not a fan of those candles. I have no clue what it'll do. Amazing gap up, but I'm just not my style, guys. I like it when it's down near support. So I typically don't put stuff on when it's broken out. It could, but it's just nasty. I mean, it needs to get above 996. It's just a nasty looking candle. All right. So, did the stock market crash yet? No. Could it crash? Sure. But again, this is where we try to teach you guys, you have to look at these patterns, right? So you can see there is a rising wedge. Here is a falling not a wedge, it's actually kind of a falling channel. Kind of a piercing pattern-ish, right near above that $300, very important support level. Now we can drill down into the hourly, and hourly it's bullish. Now price needs to get above that right here, that 309 area. So we'll have to watch and see if price can get above 309. It held $300, guys. You can see there is kind of a falling wedge-ish, or a falling channel. Now we just got to watch, see if price can ride up. And you can see that some resistance right around that 312 to 313. But if you're following, guys, just because something falls doesn't mean it's a crash. You got to find these channels, and traders pay very close attention, right? Close attention to this. To candlesticks, patterns, and all that stuff. So when I post jokes and memes and stuff, it's funny. It's a combination of Dan and myself. But, there's a lot of people that hope for something to happen, but you remember, you can't hide stuff from the charts, right? And you got to watch candlesticks. They're very important to learn these patterns, because this is the very important clues that give you, because again, nobody knows what a stock or the market's going to actually do. Perfect example today, right? If you came into today thinking the market was going to keep falling, you could have seen this and say, oh, well, this is very shaky. This candle Friday, wasn't looking really good in here. This is potentially going to keep falling further. And then the Fed said something. I didn't hear it, but Dan was saying I think the Fed said something again. They just give some information about how they're going to, I don't know if they bought something about buying bonds or something. Again, you guys would know better than me. I didn't hear it. But basically, you give some information like they're going to keep moving the market up, right? So that's the case. People go and buy, right? The candlestick pattern on Friday. Now, sometimes these patterns don't give you a really good clue. You got to okay, this is where you might be cash in something like this, right? Whereas this, candle right here said, okay, warning, this may want to fall back down, right? This might say, says here, okay, we're going to hold, this is going to go up, comes back down, we're going to hold support, right? So there are times you'd like to be definitely cash, or wait, or adjust your trading style. But remember, when you're putting all this stuff together, guys, we are in an election year in 2020. Somewhere back, I don't know where it was, and here somewhere, whenever they did the stimulus, when gave people money, there was a Yahoo Finance article that came out and said Trump is in control. Just because I say Trump, guys, right? I'm not being political here. I'm just telling you an article, right? Some of you like the name Trump. Some of you hate it. Again, this is not just because I say the word. It's not a bias. The article says Trump is in control of basically the Fed right now. I don't know how the hell that happened. Something to do with Treasury and whatever, right? If that's the case, I didn't write the article. Yahoo Finance writes the article, right? And I think Bloomberg said something about it too. Bloomberg ain't no fan of Trump. So if they're saying Trump's in control over the Fed, and Trump keeps saying V-shaped recovery, if you listen to him, he's been saying V-shaped recovery, V-shaped recovery. He tweeted out the other day, look at the stock market now, and then look at it at September, October, November. Well, what's happening in September, October, November? The election. Duh, right? So he's saying look at it now, look at it September, October, November, Then he's saying we're going to have the best year ever next year. We can't necessarily trust next year because we don't know what will happen next year. But if he's in control of quantitative easing or control of the Fed, and he's saying look at it now and look at it in September, October, November, again, I'm going to watch the charts and see. He's saying V-shaped recovery. It kind of, you're putting that all together. And if he's in control of QE, you would think he would do whatever the hell it takes to keep the market up so he can say the stock market's at all-time highs going to an election. That's my own thoughts. But could I be wrong? Sure. So when I'm posting a funny meme about did the stock market crash yet? Well, the stock market hasn't crashed yet. It's recovering right now. Like the system or not, I'm not a fan of QE. I think it's terrible, but I didn't create the game. It's helping people to get their money back, right? So now I'm pro QE because the system's shit. The system's garbage. I didn't create the shitty system. They created the shitty system. And then they give you something shitty to fix it. But if they don't give you something shitty to fix it, it's going to be super shitty. So do I think QE is great? No, I think it's awful. But the problem is without QE, you ain't getting your 401k back after 2008 or after Corona. So if you want money in your 401k, don't blame me. I didn't create the shitty system, and I didn't create QE, which is shitty, but at least gets you money back in your account, right? In your 401k. Because without QE, your 401k is effed. You're screwed. You know? That's why you got to learn the game. If you learn how to play the game, which is charts, this stuff, you can put this stuff and make it work to your advantage. If you don't, you trade off of emotions or woulda, coulda, shouldas and all that kind of stuff. But you can't hide what's going on in the world from the charts. They're not foolproof. Patterns fail all the time, but 70% or so accurate. And you might judge and be off on timing at times, but you can see, these are warning of reversals on the way down, right? Up here, this is warning. There's several warnings. Market's at the top. You don't know Corona's going to hit, but the market's telling you, warning, all-time highs. We're not really going. Warning, really, really warn. Really big warning. Gives you some time. You got some time right here. Really, really big warning. And, so you have, these are a matter of a few days. You had a few days, right? There was some warnings, So right now, I have to watch and see. It's above $300. This is warning. It got shaky. And then, surprise, some news come out today with the Fed or whatever. And now support's holding. All right. QE is going to destroy the entire economy. Ask the Romans how coin flipping went. Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's what they say. They say it's going to destroy the entire economy, right? And the thing is, I thought that too for so long, but guess what? When, right? QE's been going on since back here. It's 2008. Eventually, I'm sure it'll probably hurt it, but 2008, 2009 financial crisis, what is it now? 2020, it's been going on 11 years. All this you see here is based on QE, quantitative easing, right? But, so that's the thing. They didn't fix anything after the financial crisis, guys. The financial crisis never got fixed. They just basically used QE to prop the markets up. You can hate the system. I hate it. I think it's terrible too. But guess what? You'd never get your money back in your 401k. It would have probably just gone down this way without QE. It would probably just went timber. Same thing after Corona, right? How the hell is the stock market going up after Corona? It's the threat of QE. If the Fed's telling you they're going to buy it up, then what are you trying to short it for? You can get short. You can short, might be able to. You can make money. Obviously, that's what we teach you in our community. You can make money going down in short term, but after watching, there's trends. It all depends what trend. Right now, the trend's going up on the daily chart. We can look at the weekly and a monthly. It might show a different story, but I don't know what they're going to do. But if they said they're going to buy stocks up, if the Fed's going to do that. You got to take it seriously. They were doing it since 2009, right? The financial crisis, 2010, whatever it was. I'm not sure when they started QE, but sometime after that. All right, 6/16/20. Yeah, I mean, I mean, look at what's going on in our world today, guys. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. You know what I mean? Nobody can agree on anything anymore. You know what I mean? So who the heck, who the heck knows what's going to happen anymore? It's going to be, it's just nuts. The whole world is nuts. Nuts. All right, I think I'm going to shut this video down. Mike, do me a favor. Shoot us an email. I'll send you my bbteam@bullishbears.com. We are always looking for something. I'm not sure if... Mike, shoot Dan an email at that and ask him, because we may be looking for a WordPress developer. I know there's doing something behind the scenes with stuff and fixing stuff. We got me out of that area, which is delightful. So shoot him an email and ask him. I'm not sure where we are, but we're always looking for something. We're doing something with fixing speed and fixing things. So shoot him an email. He would know better than me. Yeah, it is built on it. I think we're looking to go to a different platform potentially. So, all right. Did I? Trading alerts 616-20. All right, guys. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Frank, no, I just. That's the thing, right? That's the thing nowadays, right? You can't even say the word. You know what I mean? You can't even say the word. You say the T word, and then people think it's getting political. You know? I just said the word. I said the T word. But, you know, but that's the thing, though, right? So you have to think about it, guys, nowadays, right? Especially if you want to be in the stock market, right? You have to take if you want to make money in the stock market, you have to be able to pay attention to what the president, whether you like him or dislike him, is saying. If you can't handle what he's saying and you're trying to trade and then you're trading off of emotions and not off the charts and the technicals and what's actually happening, then that could be a big problem. Right? So you have to be able to take your emotions, go through it, and make educated trading decisions. Whereas, let's say if you don't like Trump and you want the stock market to go down, but you want your 401k to go up, you better make sure you know how to do that, right? How do you make your 401k go up when the stock market's going down? Know what type of investments you want to be in, stuff like that. Very important. All right. I think I'm done. For now. Let me just save this picture. Now I'm finally done. I'm going to go have a nice dinner, not a nice lunch. All right, guys. I'll catch you all later. Enjoy.